on that Vertigo pistol. Only one dualies in the connector, though. I thought we might see both of them.
One's near Monster. Got to position them for the rushes. The bomb's here as well. This could go really wrong, but Yota's got his angles. Bomb is dropped, but look at that flying Yota get another one. Not over yet, though. Story has much to do if they enter his domain. Plenty of sound cues. Doesn't know the situation towards long, but while he looks towards that, sounds are being made. Now, they could have gone past him. He doesn't know. MUTiRiS may be stuck around the A bomb site for the time being. The Story clears the outside. On the way towards B, they go 4 versus 3. Yota's picked up a USP. Moving in for the split now. Just doesn't see anything just yet, but now he certainly will. Nothing doing with the dualies. MUTiRiS down to 4 HP, now 0. Story has a most unlikely clutch to find. 1v4 with 27 HP. Will he consider a Kevlar save, or is he having a look from the upstairs? Seems it will be the former.
Smell you later, says Story. Time to get out of that. And a nice round from Imperial. They did a solid job there at coming back to B at the right time. Just was trying to survive as long as possible behind the pillar, but the position he picked meant he couldn't really drop off safely. He had to commit to that angle, and so even though he survived for a little while, it wasn't long enough for the rotate to arrive. He was playing a bit further back. He maybe could have tucked into the water, which would have been nice, but he wanted to play in an advanced position. Wanted to get up close to those dualies, and wasn't able to do so. Well converted by Imperial. They win their first pistol of the series. And that'll be a nice, comfortable start for them. And as you were saying, Jota, there, you just jump around that corner. Unless the CT lands an unreal shot with the USP, you are going to be able to get that kill close quarters. So we're still going for the force spy, though, in this follow-up round.
Yeah, I don't expect too much from this force spy, or from most force spies from CTs who lose the pistol, but it might be that they just need the util for their first full round. So why not? boltz keeping the CTs honest outside of the B-bomb site. Inviting a response maybe with the flashbang, and the response will be the smoke grenade. Burn that util early. Minute 10 on the clock as Imperial look to find out where these CTs might be. Things could get painful for them. Down long. Being careful though. There's quite a few targets there. Not sure if you hit one, Roman. Well, they know the scout is towards long, but what is the next plan here for Imperial? Time's starting to get low now. Around the 40-second mark, I think in a round such as this, you really want to be making inroads. You want to have time for error correction once you start heading into a bomb site. With 0 kills thus far, and sAw rotating towards A with Story in the forward position. Now is the time really to be making some success. boltz down to 22 HP. Still no frags here for Imperial. Just the Story start to drop now. Things are looking way, way better for them. 19 seconds. Bomb can be planted. Look how many players are in the red, though. Can't imagine Roman continues to push down. Won't need to because chelo puts him out of his misery. Slightly scary, but Imperial pretty cool with that one.
Yeah, 3 players would have probably been one-shotted to the body by that scout. But the explosive nature of that push onto B, when it actually came through, was pretty impressive. Just how quickly Imperial got all those kills. Could barely keep up with it. And we've got a nade stack here from sAw. Always got to have these tricks up your sleeve. Monster might be the spot for it. That's where you see the nade stacks go down pretty frequently. And chelo, oh boy, he's flashed in. Are the nades coming? Ooh, maybe not in time. Yeah, it's not going to work out this time. They get into the site too quickly. 1 kill for Roman is all they're going to find.
Fast eco round is a good eco round. On to the buy rounds. Story will have the AWP. Fallen, on the other hand, will have an AK-47. Or will it be the Galil? Indeed it will be. I suppose he's more comfortable with the spray. Maybe they'll steal an AWP from their opponent. Maybe they don't want to be too predictable in that regard. Such a beautiful nade to see thrown. No connection on this occasion, though. See Imperial looking to take some control towards that short B area. That would be quite nice to have early. Edging forward, boltz and Fallen. There are very nice sprays you can do from Graffiti as well to that position. But they've made it there okay. Love this boost as well. Bomb spotted in connector, one dropped. There are those grenades lined up towards Monster. But they won't claw anything back that they've lost already at the beginning of this round.
That's what you've got to love about Overpass, man. Always some little tricks available for both sides. You've always got to be really playing with your brain turned on. You can never stop and just go through the motions. There's always those boosts available. Cheeky little plays for the CTs to rock with. I think it's so nice to run that on the first gun round here. Get that early advantage. Try and get your first round on the board. 5v4 looks good, but Just has taken some damage there. The smoke timing nice, but the flash could be better. But MUTiRiS strikes into the back. That bomb has dropped onto the site. I think MUTiRiS might just play safe here, but he's got a flash for himself. boltz is still looking to isolate that angle, but the bomb has been planted. No kit either on the back of sAw right now. That's a nice shot from boltz. This is still very doable from Imperial, but Fallen's been trapped on the bomb site. Dink down low. Story, pistol out. The USP won't get it done. It's Fallen coming through with the clutch, and he'll steal that up for good measure.
Very awkward last fight for Fallen, but the experience, the confidence is there indeed. He will take the AWP as well and mix things up. Great positioning from boltz, though. His timing worked out perfectly. False sense of security. As MUTiRiS looked like he was making some round-saving frags there. That 2K from the back. But then boltz's superior position and timing gave them an opportunity. Fallen still had work to do, though. Such low health, having to hit that first shot. Able to do so, and they find themselves in a very promising position now.
It's awkward. When you get that dink like that, I'm not even sure if the USP would have been a one-shot to the body there when Fallen has 14 health. I feel like that's right on the edge. But really well played here between the two of them. You see again, Fallen with that AK we were talking about. Especially at the end there, realizing he kind of had to go for the headshot. He needed to deliver a quick kill. Did exactly that. And I kind of had the feeling in this series that both map picks might be pretty solid for the respective teams. Felt like maybe Imperial had a bit of a chance on Vertigo. Golly, those nades.
It's 59 damage.
Big, beefy nades. Just how we like them. Any more where that came from?
I need to learn that.
One more nade.
That smooth-ass lineup.
It's so nice to watch. You've got to do a little parkour to get there.
I'll probably fail at that part.
Yeah, that's the tough bit. This B site's very vulnerable. Just has a smoke. See, he puts that down defensively. Makes it awkward for T's trying to push towards that barrel side of the site. And they may actually go through the smoke. See, boltz there has been spotted. Just, actually able to get one kill. And a second, the bomb plant denied. Finally, chelo fights back. But we could have a bit of excitement in this round. MUTiRiS has another frag found. Yotta's still nowhere near the action, but he'll cut off the rotate, and boltz has to survive here. He gets away safely. Everyone's taken damage in this scenario, though. This is on a knife's edge right now.
It's such a long rotation for them. They surely have to bank on one player going to A, Focusing on a B plant, 20 seconds on the clock, but they're both still here. Boosting from the back, boltz has managed to dodge some bullets. You can see them desperately trying to stop that bomb plant, but he's able to make it there. How on earth is he still alive? 10 HP. sAw with an unlikely opportunity at an extra round here, if you will. Got to play their card very carefully indeed, but the trades will favor Imperial. The clean sheet remains just about. sAw made that one really, really hard. Some urgency through the smoke there to create some opportunity, but Imperial are able to prevail at the end.
Oh, I thought Story jumping into the smoke would be the difference maker there. If MUTiRiS didn't go down so quickly, I think he could have been the player to capitalize. But because MUTiRiS fell so fast, Imperial able to work together on that final fight. Nice work on the refrag. Signs of life from sAw though, and now they have the guns to show for it, and some early mid aggression in towards Party. I don't think we'll see the full peak from this. The molly though, it hasn't really landed properly. So Roman can stay here. And I wonder if Imperial now overlook this position. I don't know if they'll come this way anyway. So it might not be too costly, but it's still good info, good map control for Roman there. He can just stay on that pretty aggressive position in mid. And he's got to be telling his B players that they need to be ready for a potential fast play right now. Yeah, that's nice util timing. Oh, really nice.
Didn't fire any shots though, Imperial. Didn't give the game away completely, but UJerk seems to have an idea as to what might be happening. Repositioning now. More aggressive angles around that monster position, and indeed they've got so much information. Oh, the bomb carrier VINI at the back. Roman thwarting the timing, disappearing just as they come in from the other side of Monster. A sandwich, and the world collapses around Imperial in a black hole. Still going to be hard for them to rescue this bomb, but for 25 seconds, that molly is going to buy crucial time, and that smoke really breaks the backs here. So much harder now. Without that utility, maybe they can go and find the kills, but all chances, all hopes are done for at this point. sAw will make their way onto the scoreboard finally, as Imperial try to hold on to what they have.
Yeah, man, that is a lush round from sAw. I love that Roman gets all the way in behind. And a bit of a shame for Imperial. They missed that molly on Party right at the start of the round. A really nice flank coming in, and more importantly, the util timing on the monster players was just right because of that info that they got over towards A. And I love that they even just fight aggressively in monster with the B players. They say, you know what, we've got a flank. That is going to completely throw this round into whack. Now Imperial, well, they're done with a slow round. It's time for a fast B play.
Sending it straight into B. You can see the balcony smoke being lined up. Counter grenades here from sAw. Trying to cut that sight in half, but UJerk has to be so careful. chelo swinging, great headshot, good trade. Important trade from VINI, justice here. But look how VINI is swinging around the back of the sight as well. Somehow still alive, fallen to finish off that job. 2v3 remains as Roman's on the flank once again. Now, will they have the presence of mind to look for him? He's got it so quick. Story firing off some shots, showing some presence for him, starts to look, but takes too many bullets immediately. Now Imperial have the information, I believe, as to roughly where these two players are. Roman's in the clutch now. boltz coming in from the back, being checked by Roman, but for a brief moment. Doesn't see him though. But VINI will see Roman first, and Imperial goes straight back to the W column, 6-1, putting sAw in the bin once again.
What a round from VINI. Ends with a triple kill in that one. Helped wonders in getting the initial opening. Then got into that annoying position under heaven that just made it so awkward for sAw. Made it difficult for them to really commit on the retake because of how much map control was gained. Now for sAw, this is starting to get into struggle territory. Buy is not perfect. And some monster aggression might be the solution to that. They decide to take a risk, and it pays off for them. boltz the only man there, instantly out of the round.
Lovely stuff. Take the fight to your opponent. especially with the score getting out of hand. They didn't come here to lose and play for 3 maps. They want to do it in 2 if they can. And that is a promising start. The Shadow reveals position. The support may come just in time. Surely, Ujack's able to trade. Point of no return, though. Pulls out the pistol, but it's too late. But this is still chaotic for Imperial to deal with. Many question marks on the remaining 3 players. We can see MUTiRiS in that short spot. Fallen moving forward, alone with the bomb. And that will compound the problems here. For a moment at least. VINI able to trade, but the jig may be up in terms of where Imperial are. And again, Roman, he's been flanking so often. He could be anywhere at this point.
He'll use that to his advantage. Not making noise. They do not have a clue. First player down, and the second. Roman keeps his cool. So quick on the first kill because that player was low. Allows the easy transfer. And that is much more like it from sAw. As you were saying, just making Imperial uncomfortable in this round. It's pretty common for teams to default with just that one player sitting outside B. So I thought we might see that player sitting a bit further back, but because he's committed to Monster, he gets flashed, he gets taken out instantly. And it's really nice when you can make your opponents uncomfortable like that on their map pick. And look at what it does to the economy game. Imperial can only get 1 AK now.
Suddenly, so much promise for sAw. Starting to look like a wipeout of a half, but breaking the money can be everything. Chelo creeping forward. Move the AK-47. Roman spotting, falling back, trying to make some space for himself. Well, to be careful about his angles, though. Prospect of crossing to the site must be real scary now, but he's able to make it. Multiple boosts from multiple riflers. Imperial, they need to find a way into this round, though. You can see boltz lurking on long, spotted by Roman, but again, how does he take the duel here? Looks to switch sides, thinks boltz to his left, but he's to his right. Both teams dancing. Imperial just looking for a way in. Roman's still alive. They can hear the sound cues now. They've got plenty of crossfires as well. And there's the bomb, which will allow for some more confidence. And then Fallen finds himself as the last man standing. No frags so far. Patient P250 shots and Roman will fall eventually. But he did his job. He delayed. He thwarted. He dodged. And helped sAw get to their 3rd round.
I love the confidence there from Roman. Even when he's down on 30 health, he says, you know what? I think I've got to take this long control. We can't allow a split to come into this site. And as soon as he gets long control fully and cuts off that side of the push, it just makes it so easy for the rest of sAw. Really good to see Roman playing at this level. You can see he's feeling it right now. And now Imperial with basically nothing to work with. Should be a very easy round for sAw. Looks like they will be showing us some signs of life now on Overpass. All right, nice position. Nice adjustment. Fallen has snuck up close. Oh, if I had something better than a Glock, it might work okay. But he's going to get dealt with. And this round is going exactly as you would expect it to. Then he's going to get 1 with the dig. Anything else is not going to be easy, though. Doesn't even have the bomb, sadly. So can't even pretend to play between the sites.
Very important rounds for sAw to build here. These will all be crucial for them. Game of 2 halves, of course, but Imperial feel like a much stronger team as far as this map is concerned. So they can, if sAw could keep them broke, then we may have an interesting game of Overpass on our hands. Now, VINI's got 27 seconds to die because he needs a loss bonus so he can buy in the next round. So at some point, he's going to have to start running, I think. to get his skates on, try and do any damage he can. Many targets, and it is what it is. Couldn't find anybody further back to make things expensive. But the rifles will be out again. So suddenly the gap is down to 2 rounds. Bearing in mind they lost the first map, Imperial. Do wonder if the pressure will start to rise here. They don't want things to be slipping too far out of their control. Definitely want to get back to winning ways in round 11.
That would be nice for them. But I think it's also worth pointing out that certainly at Katowice, if you look at the map stats, Overpass was pretty solidly CT-sided. It's the second most CT-sided map after Nuke. So that is something to keep in mind here. The fact that Imperial already have 6 T rounds is pretty good for them. I'd say they're getting to the point where they've probably already got enough rounds for a decent half. But they could go on and have a great one here. This is a very risky position from Roman. He's been playing with confidence. And it looks like it could be a good position again, because that A long play is coming in. You might just hear those nades being dropped or a little sound cue, and Roman's got the big flank. They've got no idea.
Oh, God. That's the bomb carrier as well. He can line up behind him and try and get 2. Oh, and it looks like to face them, but he still gets 2 from it. They're looking away from the flashback. They're like, hold on a second, who's that? 2 players remain for Imperial. What an awkward situation for all concerned. That's pretty hilarious. Playing anti-flash, and suddenly they just see a rogue CT who's joined the party. I'll throw a flash as well. Apparently not. He had his M4 out.
They're sitting there like, wait a minute. I swear we only have 3 on A long. Why is there the 4th guy? Where did he come from? That's so funny, because when you turn anti-flash like that, you're not thinking about your crosshair placement at all, right? You're literally just flicking your mouse 180 degrees away and then flicking it back. So that must have been so awkward. The 2v4 now with 20 seconds. It is a gamble into the B-bomb site. It could work okay. It's a very passive CT setup. I think a bomb plant is doable right here. You can see boltz clearing it out. Bomb plant will be committed to, but just has got that frag. Chelo taking damage. He's dropped down. They've dropped on his head with the knife. Just styling. That's what we like to see.
Man's got biblical with the blade. Took his kidney. Can get good money in certain markets for a kidney. And there one goes.
How would you know?
In front of our very eyes. I know a guy who knows a guy.
Okay.
One of my knives is called Kidney Thief. It's because of that Candy Mountain video on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There you go.
What is it, Charlie the Unicorn or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a classic. Wonder how many people still know. That's like old, not that old school, but there's definitely a generation that will have missed that.
Candy Mountain. Is it safe for work? Probably, but people might wonder why you're watching it. Yeah. Especially with the graphics when they're moving forward, just bouncing forward or whatever it was. They're going to think you're weird. 6-5, Imperial are losing grip on this first half. And I have to wonder what would be a super juicy target for sAw. Like, if they could get to 8 rounds, let's say, they might be laughing moving into the second half. That might really be alarm bells for Imperial. They'll have 2 rifles in this round. Less than ideal would be putting it way too politely. We can see them start to move in towards the B-bomb side. They'll lose VINI towards short, but look how awkward. That is such a hard frag to get, especially when your shadow concedes your position first. Somehow, though, chelo still forces a frag. I want to say forces his way in, but he's been forced back by 2 incendiaries thrown by sAw. And this situation somewhat resets itself.
Some decent map control for sAw in towards B short. Is somewhat susceptible to being flanked from connector, but they're just going to make the move themselves. How do they take these angles? It's awkward to play both sides. UJerk's able to get 1. MUTiRiS trying to trade off the back of it, but now they're going to run him down from all possible sides. Imperial peek him from 3 separate angles. The rotate is here for sAw, though. They've got both players in position now.
See if they stay left of the pillar from the T perspective. Oh, well, The opportunity is still here.
Whew.
And just like that, it goes. That was a crucial round for Imperial to win again. I think they really need to be pulling away from sAw towards half-time. Otherwise, I'm really starting to wonder, because I would imagine that we're both expecting 3 maps here, but sAw are getting a fair amount of rounds here on the CT side. They've got another full buy again, so I am starting to wonder now if this, like, how much of a chance there is for a 2-0 potentially here if Imperial keep giving rounds away in this first half.
Yeah, they should be looking to stabilize. I think the issue for sAw could be that T side of Overpass. When it's not your pick, when you don't play it much, it can be very hard to get all those protocols down. Let's see if they can get a few more CT rounds to keep it competitive. 1-for-1 trade early in this one. MUTiRiS is sticking around. They saw him earlier, but they're not ready for that angle. They didn't think he'd hang around for so long, and oh, Roman gets the kill straight through the smoke. Fallen's pissed about that one.
3 sprays with the silencer, no tracers, thank you. Dramatic turnaround. MUTiRiS, such a weird angle he was holding on the stairs for his first frag as well. Doing the same again. If the bomb falls down here also. There it goes. And that really seals the deal as far as boltz is concerned. 44 seconds to find a frag in connector. MUTiRiS says hello, and that's that. What can he really do at this point? They are fighting tooth and nail, so you've got to give them credit for the amount of rounds they've got on the board now. They are really putting in work, and we might see some shortcomings in the buy from Imperial now as we head towards the end of the first half. We'll see what their full buy looks like, but sAw are taking it to them on this CT side. Hyper-aggression, and it's paying off.
Now the disruptive play is working. Surprised about that oversight from chelo, and the kill through the smoke from Roman was great, and Roman's just been a completely different player here in this series. He's been really solid for sAw. Top fragging on this map. The entire server is 4-man boost. It's so rare to see this work nowadays. CT's always aware of that possibility. Never really opening themselves up to it early. It does leave yourself without the ability to get map control elsewhere. This is crazy that they've stuck with it for so long. Finally going off the boost. Story established with that AWP on Monster. That's what is allowed to happen when you sit back for so long like that. CTs get into good positions. Story able to win that opening fight against Fallen. And now someone else has to have a go with the AWP. Oh, that's a great flash, though. That's what they needed. That's an AK that can be recovered.
MUTiRiS has got so much information for the squad as well.
He's yelling info right now.
They're all moving, like, they're all separated from each other. He can count every single play that's gone past him. They have all the information. Have a look at the stack towards B. Not that much utility for Imperial to throw on this occasion. Shift walking towards short again. We can see MUTiRiS coming in from the back, being very careful. Won't catch Fallen this time, but Story is so expected. I do wonder if he's conceded his position with the barrel. No, that's a big AWP shot. They know where all these players are. VINI 1 versus 4 now. They've got mixed bag in terms of the money after this one, but the score is tied.
sAw with the chance to go into the half with the lead. Was not expecting that. It definitely started to show up, and again, it's these info plays. Story peeking into Monster, and Story able to dance around that pillar perfectly because of all that info that MUTiRiS had for the team. Come on, MUTiRiS. It's last round of the half, man. Buy the kit. It's fine. They've got 4. They'll be fine. But it's Imperial who have got a little weakness in there with the Galil. Early mid-control not being contested for this time. Instead, it's the short that's been taken by sAw. That means Imperial going to be chilling in connector. Not going for any aggressive plays too early in this one.
proper firefight we've seen in this first half. Imperial must be afraid of where MUTiRiS might be playing with the action, the antics we've seen from him recently. And again, another push around that monster position. boltz will be traded as well. Now, what do you do if you're fallen? You're around the corner in T-spawn with the bomb alone. But he's still pushing forward to try and do something. Just finds himself in short. B-Story knows that VINI is here as well in the reds. This is absolute chaos.
MUTiRiS drops in time. That molly helps him out. Fallen's wrapped so far to the left. I don't think MUTiRiS is ready. Oh, he's going to swing onto short, but surely traded by Fallen. And now Roman has it all to do. Smoke obscures his vision. Could be spotted, but oh, Roman drops down. Headshot confirmed. Yotta with the big reposition secures the half in favor of Imperial, but it is as close as it can be. Still anyone's map here. sAw searching for the 2-0. We'll see if they can pull it off after the break.
They know I don't miss, whoa, brought my team with me, yeah, they know we gon' eat, whoa, who that with that heat,
yeah,
that's that RMG,
I need chest, I need bands, blessings for my friends, that's a switch, I ain't playing, I need rings for my hands, I'm a king, whoa, it's my jeans though, what's in them feet, yo, wait, look, this my Jackie Chan's, y'all ain't got my reach, I ball like Kyrie or Rick, know y'all mad at me, okay, homie say la vie, word been mad like, y'all best act right, so you think I'm that guy, got you mad tight, oh nah, hold the crown like Bron, it just is what it is, got this ish on lock, y'all gon' watch me do my dance in this land, la, I ain't married to the game, but to these boys I'm pow.
Wow, yeah, back at it again, whoa, I'm back in the gym, yeah, that feel like a switch, yeah, they know I don't miss, whoa, brought my team with me, yeah, they know we gon' eat, whoa, who that with that heat, oh, that's that RMG, Run 'em up, run 'em up. I run with some goons, they pulling up. Looking for a problem, ooh, that's us. We get on the field and run 'em up, ayy, run 'em up, run 'em up. I run with some goons, they pulling up. Looking for a problem, ooh, that's us. We get on the field and run 'em up,
okay, I can't deny this. I'm still in make you turn over your treasure like a pirate. No, it don't matter what party you part of, you not invited. Yes, I got my goons, but I'm gobbling them entirely. I'm a monster, I'll eat my own just to keep up my diet. You don't wanna get hit with the blade of a chopper. Come around again and no options. Looking at trophies like which one is up for adoption? Felon in love, got no conscience. What in God's name, nothing accomplished. Just a feeling your team is about to be feeling. When I come take everything from you, I'm bombing. My team is hard body, bulletproof chest with a K-bone. We from a planet, the only one that got A's on them. My team got trophies and medals for rolling tanks on them.
The second half is upon us then. Things are quite interesting considering the number of rounds we saw from sAw in the first half on their CT side, but what will their T side look like? And how worried might Imperial be? Especially if they are to lose this pistol, for example. Then things could become a little nerve-wracking for this Imperial squad in front of our eyes. Are we gonna see a third map. What do you reckon, Hawker?
I think so. I still have faith in Imperial, but they definitely haven't been playing their best here, James. So I can see why you get excited if you're a sAw fan right now. See how this T-side pistol looks for them. This will be a big round to start them off and really put the pressure on Imperial. Yotta taking damage, pistol out, but Ujux turns it round on towards him, and that A site is wide open for the taking. Chelo's on long, but he can't defend the site itself.
Bomb getting planted, it seems. Things become awkward then. Chelo's position will be very, very important, but boltz has been lost as he gets closer to the site, delivers the kill, as Fallen gets one as well. They have a smoke to try and take some of these angles away at the very least. That was one he had to find. Chelo finally being taken down. Fallen creeping around the smoke. They don't have a kit to go with that smoke grenade. They've got to find that kill, and they will. That is a very difficult round to take, and maybe the smoke was enough of a bait to get sAw to come out, but will they have the defuse? It's going to be a close one. They will secure it indeed. That was a must-win, I feel like, at least psychologically for Imperial, and they were able to make it.
Yeah, that's a big round for them. And now there's really no excuse for Imperial. You've won both pistols on your map pick. You simply have to close out maps like this against a team like sAw, who you should be certainly competitive against, arguably favorites against, but I think it's hard to say when you get the clash of regions like this. Imperial and sAw, I think most people expect it to be a close matchup. Seems that way right now with Imperial into the lead. Still work to be done. Oh, mate, I hate that you can just throw the smoke into the molly like that and it just doesn't extinguish it. You've got to be very careful where you throw those smokes. One day that'll get fixed, I'm sure. One day. Maybe in Counter-Strike 2, based on what I'm seeing on Twitter recently. Big old boost. And a drop down. Well executed. It's like a gymnastics move. Give it a 9.
There's a lot of use for him with VINI. Banking on that kill coming through from Jota. But the push comes in from short. No one's really ready to deal with it. Or are they? VINI has put himself into a great position with 3 kills after all, leaving Story with a scout. Hasn't even switched out for a rifle. A semi-automatic, rather. Going with the bolt action instead. Finally switching to a Galil at the very least. Here's one in the water. Is it a distraction though? Where are the remaining 2? That's the question for Story. There's more in the water, and you won't hear anything else for this round. Great play from VINI with that 2-man push on short. Things were looking dire, but a 3K from VINI turns things back into their favor, and Imperial come through to clean up.
And Chelo's aim looking pretty spicy as well in that final shot. Very clean. But you're right, VINI making a big difference here, and these are the sorts of spots he always gets put in. Always seems to be in the difficult positions, back against the wall as an anchor. This time here on Overpass, performing a little better than he was over on Vertigo. And that is very good to see for Imperial. Timeout taken by sAw, and this starts to feel like a bit of an uphill battle for them now. If you look at their map stats on Overpass, they have a 58% win rate on CT side, so that's pretty solid. And then on T side, it drops down to 31%. So, especially with them falling behind here, if those stats are anything to go by, this could be a very hard half for sAw to come back into.
Well, they're taking the gamble. They do not want to allow Imperial to build. They know the struggle will be real if they do. So the rifles will be out once again. At this point, they've got one incendiary. It's a big flash, but MUTiRiS doesn't fire. Importantly, eats another one though, and down he goes. Yotta Hops out of there. He's happy with that. Things are awkward now, especially with the door blown off. Connector needs to be cleared, but we've got 2 CTs here, and they're getting all the frags. sAw being shut down. Start to wonder if their best opportunities are behind them now. In this half, maybe. Perhaps it's too early to say. It's their first kill of the round. Leaves them in a 2v4 situation as Imperial just disengage and go back to the sites. They've got the numbers advantage. They took what they wanted, and they will leave with the spoils.
Felt like sAw just overlooked some of those positions slightly. I mean, you see the player jumping up towards connector. Wasn't ready for the fight against chelo. chelo starting to deliver now. Some lovely, well-timed aggression for Imperial has got them this advantage. Now all they have to do is sit back, try and close it. Got a 2v2 on either bomb site. It's Fallen who will be first contact. If he wins the first fight, it should be all over. Roman has to deliver, but that's a nice off angle from Fallen. Out in the open, really hard to pre-aim that position. Just has 12 health, and he doesn't have the eyes on chelo. 11-7 for Imperial. sAw's money probably finally too far gone here. You can't really force up and have a goodbye in this one. I might have to say goodbye to this map right here, because Imperial now have themselves a very solid position.
Yeah, that's not something we would normally say at such an early, relatively early scoreline, but it just feels that way with how both sides are playing in their current halves. You can see the importance of that connector position for Imperial. Again, it just makes the existence towards short B so much more difficult. VINI gets himself 3 on the Antico, and Jota cleans up the rest of them. Always nice to pad the stats. That puts him positive as well, so good for him.
Yeah, man. Always got to love VINI. Longest time was in the toughest positions on Furia. I think for a brief period on Imperial, he was put in some better spots. He was fragging pretty well. But as the lineup has changed, I feel like he's gone back to more of a supportive element on the team. Had a good spawn in this round, though. So it looks like VINI will take his chance to go into connector. Actually, he's going to be boosting chelo early, and that is a nice switch up. sAw not expecting it. Oh, MUTiRiS. Oh, he gets wallbanged. That's wild from VINI. I didn't even know you could wallbang like that, but he gets him through, gets 2 in the connector, and sAw don't even have a chance to set up this round. Oh man, Roman needs to win this fight. He simply has to. And VINI is standing strong. What a CT side he's been having. It's just multi-kills after multi-kills for VINI. And it's a lone MUTiRiS. Getting a little sad right now. I think he knows his days might be numbered. VINI again. Not VINI again. Oh, not a knife. Not a knife, VINI. You sly dog. They had to get the knife back, and they do it. That is lovely. When you get knife revenge kills as well, like that's perfect.
That's a feel good. Oh yes, I keep forgetting that's a thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know. Yeah,
lovely.
Baby. VINI's popping off. I'm loving this.
He was... Wow, that's a lot of kills. That's like, is that 7 kills in 2 rounds? Something like that?
Yeah. Ooh,
what is Jota up to there? That is most unfortunate. But maybe exactly what sAw needed. That won't be. VINI proving very difficult to deal with on this bomb site, just racking up the kills. Round after round, inviting them to the party as well. Just like that, we're down to Roman. He sees the barrel of Fallen's gun, but that might be the last thing he sees. Surely we don't get another knife kill. No, boltz not messing about. 14-7, just storming through the rounds now. Really swiftly are Imperial as we head towards a potential 3rd map.
After all that, VINI now decides to switch to the AUG, interestingly enough. You know what? The Orc can be close monster if VINI wants to play there. It can be a one-shot headshot. I always like to bring that up. You have to be basically in their face.
He wants to drill them even more.
Yeah.
Let's get that red dot going and absolutely rail them.
Showing he can use any weapon you give him, and he'll be good for you. I know the classic is Vinferno. Does VINI pass work? It's a stretch.
Anything is possible.
Anything,
It's 2023.
Yeah, as long as I believe. As long as I believe.
Anything goes, any direction. Man like VINI. B bomb site, he appears to be a brick wall as far as sAw making it to another round is concerned. Very, very strong. Just as we saw from sAw in the second half of Vertigo, a lopsided affair. The same is true here, maybe even in more brutal fashion. Seen the blades coming out again. Well then, the margin for error is narrow for sAw. They've got the tools to do the job, but can they?
Ooh, look at this aggression. Multiple players into mid. Fallen goes off the angle, and I assume chelo was probably assuming it was clear. But no, not the case. Lovely little opener for Story. Oh, Yotta's close by here. No one's looking at long right now. Just heard some steps, but I think they are now looking back into his position. Elsewhere, boltz is pretty isolated in connector. Not be an easy position to get out of, but he turns it into a double kill. Now that long player is starting to activate. He's not going to spot anyone in the back. The fact that boltz gets away alive with 2 kills from connector, just so impressive there.
Yeah, just being so patient here. And it might pay off for him because there's no way Story looks behind him, making loads of sound as well, and immediately punished. The net gets ever tighter for sAw as their options are even more limited. VINI and boltz playing together, safe as houses. Jota still hanging out on long. No information towards toilets, but they'll be patient. 37 seconds, and they simply don't believe sAw could be going towards A. Have a look at this setup from VINI and boltz. Is he crouching? Is he about to stand and take a nasty angle towards short? I think he is, but just as the smoke goes, he's conceded a position now, and I was going to say things get awkward, but it's the bomb that's by the pillar. So many more targets in 10 seconds. MUTiRiS does not want to die after time, and he won't. Game point for Imperial.
Looking very good for Imperial now on their map pick. This CT side, I think, has again just been flawless for them. This is almost like a complete run back of the first map, except it was obviously sAw winning their map pick, not dropping a CT round. Imperial want to do the same. We could have 2 very one-sided map picks going the way of each team, and that hopefully sets us up for a close decider. I think it's almost certain we will be going to nuke at this point. Will land onto Just. Now those M4s are a one-shot headshot against him. A long control is the answer for sAw. They just accelerate towards the bomb site. There's a chance the timing window works for them. chelo is still focused on short right now, so he could get wrapped if he's not careful. It's a much better position. At least he's not vulnerable, but the A site is lost. It's fully taken by sAw here. Oh, he has no idea. He's screwed. Bye-bye. And now surely a bomb plant.
So much money for Imperial. If they were to lose everything in this round, they would be fine. They're so close to the site as well. We can see Just lurking in short B, but I don't know that they're going to be saving anytime soon. Unbeknownst to them, sAw will be expecting them to go for this because they know that they're not running away. So they're trying to play the late game and emerge here, but sAw aren't going anywhere just yet, but they're still not winning the duels either. And now the urgency rises as Just is the only man. They haven't won a single duel on this retake, sAw. Just being distracted now as the round is robbed by Imperial. What a way to stamp your authority on Overpass.
Oh, it's such a dominant CT side, and that round didn't look winnable, but Imperial still make it happen, still make it work, and take us to that decider map. Both teams winning their map picks convincingly. That means we have to be separated by Nuke, and I don't really know how that's going to go, honestly. It's hard to get a read on things when the maps go like this.